The METHOD Lab.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We'll let them say it. To the Method Lab.
METHOD Lab.
The METHOD Lab. Welcome. It is Monday. Al-Mil Monday. First day. We got Mikey with us, Money Mike. From Live con Al-Mil. L.
Yeah.
Over there making himself some noodles.
Man, let me tell you, if y'all have never had these damn hot spicy noodles,
Yeah.
get with it.
Yeah.
No, I had them yesterday. I brought the shrimp today, man.
Shit, I just came from my therapist, so I ate good over at Mom's house.
Yo, I had to eat on the go. I just came back from Homeboy Battle at Battle Box. Shout out to them. Yo, hottest in video gaming, anime memorabilia,
Let OG.
Funko Pops,
Yes.
figures.
I needed somebody to go in there and peep the selection of Funko.
There's so much shit in there.
Right.
Bro, I almost walked out with like 2 Will Smith action figures. from like 2 different movies. I was finna walk out of that bitch. I was like, nah, man, gotta
Was
pay
one
rent.
of them the Wild Wild West?
No. One was him in Deadshot. He had the mask off.
Oh, nice.
And I think the other one, I seen his face, but I wasn't sure what it was from.
No.
So I'm not sure if it was Bad Boys or if it was just like, it might have been Wild Wild West. I don't know. If it is, I'll get it. I don't like the movie, but I'll take the action figure.
Man, we're about to hop here into the messenger.
Yo, this has been a very, very active day today
Has it?
for me. It has.
That's good, man.
Like I woke up, it was already snowing.
Over by you?
Yes, it was snowing by me. I live in Brown Deer. So we the first to get the snow. So I'm letting y'all know now. Snow's coming. It was coming down. It was flurries and stuff. I don't know if it stopped because when I was driving here on this side of town, it wasn't really coming down like that.
Yeah.
But when I was leaving, it was just light flurries coming down in Brown Deer. You know? So,
Well, safe travels out there, people.
yeah. So,
Don't drive like an ass.
No.
you will anyway, you fucking
Remember, the
bastards.
4x4, you can go super fast,
Right.
but you're still going to have the same problem stopping as everybody else. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the
real
problem.
legit
That's the
problem,
real
too.
legit problem. Yeah.
But I
Stopping
got
is the problem.
tow package.
Yeah.
Nah, don't.
I saw a video on Instagram. It was like had to be like on the East Coast, but there was a blizzard, and on the highway there was already like a pileup on the freeway, and people were just driving. You can tell like they couldn't see the mess up,
Yeah.
past them. So when they were coming in like 20, maybe 30 miles an hour, but they couldn't stop. It was just all covered in snow. And it's one guy in the truck, and he's got a lady riding next to him. You can tell he's in the semi. And she's like, oh, my God, we got to get out of here. He's like, no, the safest place for us right now is just sit in here.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
We can't, they can't
Just
slow
brace
down.
for impact.
Yep, just buckle
Man,
up
that's
and
crazy
just
'cause
stay.
I recently came across a video. It wasn't here in this country. It was somewhere else. But there was a pileup.
Yeah.
And some other people got out. It was a fog pileup. Some other people got out to try to flag others.
Yeah.
Like 3 of them
yeah.
got hit by a semi.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Don't
Yeah.
do that shit.
Nah, you got to stay in
Yo.
your car, man.
Fucking put
Even
on the
if-
hazards.
Yeah.
Look,
If you really want to get bold, turn your car around and put your headlights up.
and if you're in
Or your
a
high beams.
and if you're in a Prius, you got what you paid for. You knew the risk.
Highway patrolman told me in a big ass pileup like that, you know there's going to be more coming behind you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just stay in your way.
car,
Stay in the-
drive it into the ditch.
Yep. That's your best bet.
No lie, literally stay in your car, but drive it into the ditch.
Yeah.
If you don't,
And that way you're out of harm's way.
Yep.
You may get hit with shit coming off the freeway.
Yeah.
But
you're
it-
not in direct line of
right,
fire.
Yeah.
right. And the worst case scenario is you got to be towed out
Yeah.
like everybody else. But at least you're out of harm's way and you're gonna live,
Yeah.
and you won't have to worry about too much damage to your car, as opposed to the pile up, that you could get into.
Could get nasty.
Because that's one thing. Like I feel bad for because it's one thing to being a pile up between cars. But when you're on the freeway and you're between two semis, two 16-wheelers, and there's a pile up, and you don't know what, if it could be a 16-wheeler coming down the middle lane, and you're that little car in the middle, now it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't feel just as safe just being in the car anymore.
Nah.
I'm about to be jam.
You gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision where you're gonna
Right?
run to the curb or the divider, the other side.
Climb out the sunroof. And
Something.
just, like,
I wouldn't stay there.
Move to the front.
Go hop in the semi.
Straight up.
Or hop in the
Move
semi.
on the
Yeah.
semi. Like,
Definitely not staying in the Prius.
straight up.
Well, you know those things, they self-destruct.
Yeah, those semis are bad
They're made to self-destruct. It's really weird.
because you never know what they're carrying.
Yeah.
It's like that one dude who avoided the pile up, the accident on the freeway. He took off the ramp and, sacrificed himself because he knew he had explosives and stuff. You never know. You never know.
It's crazy. Way to go above and beyond.
Yep. People gotta stay safe out there, man.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
For real, for real.
So yeah, man, how's the weekend?
Oh man, it was emotional.
Yeah.
This was a weekend I have not had. First and foremost, let's keep in mind today is Dr. Martin Luther King Day,
Yes, it is.
and we celebrated his birthday on Friday, and on Friday, actress and Academy Award winner Regina King. Y'all may know her from other stuff. I know her from 227. Classic show when I grow up. But to see her as an Academy Award winner make her directorial debut, and she released on her birthday this film called One Night in Miami. And I had the pleasure of watching this with my family. Like, keep in mind, this is my father, my stepmom, my daughter, and myself. And we watched this. And it was an emotional experience I didn't think I was going to have. Because this is one of those things where it's like, it's a film based on a book, which also was a play too as well. But she did a great job of bringing a play and a book and adapting it to a cinematic movie. And the heart and crux of it all, the message of it all, was able to translate. And beautiful performances by all four of the gentlemen. Like, they fucking crushed it. Especially Leslie Odom Jr. He played the fuck out of Sam Cooke. Like, we always wondered who could do this job. Who could play Sam Cooke? Like, for years we said Will Smith did a great Ali. Nobody can touch that. This dude here played Ali better than I've seen anyone play him. It was amazing. We had a great Malcolm X. We had a great Jim Brown. We had a great Sam Cooke. We had a great fucking Muhammad Ali, all being portrayed in this film. And it was spectacular. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like, the message of it all. But the thing about it was it spoke to more than just people who aren't black. It spoke mainly to us. And it was weird because it felt like you were in the room the entire time, just spectating, like they're talking to you. And you forget that, it's four black men in the room. It feels like a real brotherhood meeting, like a real sit down. What are you doing in life? What the fuck are you doing? And it really just, it hits you. It hit me. It hit my father. You know what I'm saying? And me as a personal person, when I watch a film, I like to watch it and be entertained. If something gets me, I'm, oh shit, that was great. You know what I'm saying? But it's very few times that a film really hits you emotionally and just resonates and just fucking lingers with you afterwards. And that's what this film did for me. and for the people in my house, because that's all we could talk about. Like, games and stuff was going on, and we were still talking to other people about this goddamn film. So, shout out to her.
What's the name of it again?
One Night in Miami.
One night. Yep.
It's the
Shouts out to Mark.
shout out to you, man. It's a film about, of course, the gentleman that I mentioned. Right after Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston in Miami for the World Championship. So this is the actual night that took place in Miami, the night where everything changed. Because right after that, it was like so many pivotal things happened. You know what I'm saying? Sam Cooke switched up his music. Muhammad Ali became the youngest world heavyweight champion. Jim Brown left football to pursue acting. And Malcolm X leaves the Nation of Islam. And this is it all culminated immediately after this. And it was weird because the whole country changed. You know what I'm saying? Black Power got birthed after this night. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole feeling of Black Pride came after this night. So it's so much in there that just resonates. It's like the conversation you missed, but you knew you were supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. It was shit, man. God damn, that was a great movie.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that tonight.
It's fucking phenomenal. I cannot front. I had goosebumps.
Yeah.
I had goosebumps because one of my favorite songs Sam Cooke ever did was "The Change Is Gonna Come," and I love that record because that record feels like death. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you hear that song, it's like your last will and testament. But it speaks so much. No matter what age you are, it sticks to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like hearing the Bible for the first time. You know, just the word, knowing what it is. Now, I've seen, you watched the Malcolm X movie and shit with Denzel.
I watched that shit like 2 weeks ago.
And you remember that long walk he had towards the Audubon Ball, and that's the song that they played.
Yep.
And that was the first time I heard that song. And when I heard that song, I knew what was coming, but I had never heard that song. And the first time I heard that song, I remember being afraid, like really feeling fear in a film. And knowing that it's not a horror flick, but I know what's coming. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, you feel like you're taking that walk too. And I get chills every time I hear that song. So it's hard to, hear that record and not have an emotional tie to it. And this film, once again, just brings it back.
I had known this movie was coming out. I didn't know Regina King had directed it.
Yeah.
But, man, coming off of, Watchmen, because I think she directed in that as well.
Yeah, she did. A couple episodes, and she fucking rocked that shit too.
Yeah, like the talent that she has. But for me, it was the portrayal of who was going to play Malcolm X. Like, that's kind of what, because I knew it came out, it's on HBO Max. And I knew it had come out, and I was like, And like I said, I just watched Denzel.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I really want a new Malcolm X in my mind?
But see, here's the thing.
That kind of was the reason I didn't watch it this weekend.
Here's the thing. I love both. I love both. And I'll always love Denzel Washington's Malcolm X. But the thing with watching Denzel play a character, even if it's somebody that you know who's famous or someone historical, and you've seen those old footages and stuff, you're still seeing Denzel's portrayal. So it's Denzel. It's more so Denzel because you've seen Denzel in movies and you know his mannerisms, and he's doing his Malcolm X mannerisms, but it's still all Denzel. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a new person that you're not really familiar with, and you're like, okay, how are you going to do this? And then you see them play the mannerisms, and then it's like, oh, shit. This feels like I'm in the room with Malcolm. Like, watching the footage and shit, if you look at old footage of Malcolm speaking on television programs and debating with other people on TV and his speeches and stuff. You see the mannerisms, you see the way he talks, you see the vulnerability in the projection of his voice. And this guy, he caught all of it. Like, that's the one thing I cannot stress enough. You're seeing 4 gentlemen, 4 actors, very young, really stand out in this film and just step up to the plate and knock it out of the fucking park. It took me today to realize the guy that played MC Ren in an NWA movie played Jim Brown in this one. And I totally forgot that was MC Ren, because I'm like, this dude, he's the one dude we were like, he ain't do shit.
Yeah.
But in this, he was Jim motherfucking Brown to the T. Like, in the way he talked, the way he spoke to people, the way he acted, the way he grunts and shit. He made me want to go watch Any Given Sunday again. Because I was just like, damn, I want to watch Jim Brown. I want to listen to Sam Cooke. Like, they really brought it. They knocked it out of the fucking park. So it's good sometimes to see, because I'm like you. Sometimes some people play a role, I just don't want to see them do it anymore. And I'm like, with Denzel and Malcolm X, it's like, man, somebody has to be a better Malcolm X. Yeah. And for a while, you didn't see that. Because you don't really get Malcolm X in movies. Yeah. Like, you see, like, Mario Van Peebles did it.
Did he?
Ali, yeah, it was terrible. It wasn't that good. He just looked like him. He didn't act like it was still Mario Van Peebles. He didn't even have no manual, nothing. He did nothing. So it was like, damn, you're robbed, because you don't see that friendship between Muhammad and Malcolm. But here you get it. You see the friendship between all 4 of them. And I'm like, damn, man. It made me think, like, I need moments like that. Sometimes when you're with your brothers, you need to have reflection moments like that. You need to sit down and have conversations like that and hold each other accountable for shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When there's so much at stake. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a time like now. Like, as brothers, we should have shit like that. You should get with your brothers. If you got a group of friends, whether you're females, men, gay, straight, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. Except for you proud motherfuckers. You had your meeting. Fuck y'all. Y'all fucked that up.
Y'all meeting got canceled.
Right. Y'all meeting got canceled. As a matter of fact, none of you white folks, y'all done. But for the rest of us, the rest of us that wasn't there.
The ones that can still fly.
Right. The ones that's not on the no-fly list.
No fly list.
The ones that don't talk about QAnon and shit. The rest of us, man, we need to have days like that. Instead of always going out to the club and buying up bottles and getting drunk and getting yourself in a fucked up situation. Sometimes just pick a spot, man. Hey, man, let's reflect on where we just came from this entire year and where we're going.
Right.
Let's get a nice expensive bottle.
Right. Let's go have a meal. Let's sit down and let's reflect. And then we'll go and do what we got to do and have fun. But let's take a moment. Just appreciate this time that we got together. This time that we're in now. This moment. You know, right. Let's not do it for the gram. Let's not do it for the social media. Just take this moment in and reflect on where you came from and where you're going. Because you don't get moments like that. You don't. And it's evident today that we don't take that time anymore. We don't do that much, you know. And if you do, it's only a couple of you, but it's clicks in between, you know, groups. That shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changes. That's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, like I said,
I ain't any deep shit. I'm just saying, you know, like this.
I'm over here that thing, and now you know. No, that's dope, bro. Like, you know, that obviously you can get that out of a movie. If a movie can give you that much of a reflection, then obviously, you know, they did something good.
Yeah. You know what I noticed? When I was younger, my dad, I used to hate it sometimes when he had the remote. Because he put on like old country westerns. Yeah. I'm starting to turn into that dude.
Yeah.
I was like, because you know what? Yeah. Sometimes I would be like, well, I remember my dad watching these. There's got to be something in there that kept them, you know, entertained. And so one of the first I watched was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, that's
It was super long, right?
It really is.
Man, there's not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's
good.
It's intense as fuck.
Yeah, it's like the acting really had to be up there in order to be able to get the message across back then, because you didn't have all these special effects and stuff like that could do stuff like that for you. It was all in the acting.
Yeah, my
You
father
didn't have
loved
elaborate
that shit.
props and stuff like
Yeah.
that either.
There was a lot of like intense and suspense, and when they had those,
It was more about the
stare
story,
downs, yeah,
about the interactions between the people in the film than about the explosions and like
Yeah.
shit that's going on in the background.
Yeah.
a lot of times you knew the showdown was coming. It was just a matter of getting there.
Yeah.
And it was just, ooh,
So
I
now
just
I'm
can't
starting to
wait.
understand why my dad used to watch all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
There's
I-
good stuff in there.
There's there was one I used to love because Good, Bad, the Ugly. That was the first Western I sat down and watched when I got like old enough to really just sit down and say, I'm gonna watch one of these.
Because I've always liked Westerns like that, just not that old.
Yeah.
But man, some of them old ones, I saw another one with, what's his name? It was another one of the big Western ones. He used to be like a big action dude.
John Wayne?
Charles Bronson.
That
Charles Bronson
yes,
had
sir.
Westerns too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw one with Charles Bronson.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
That was pretty dope, man. Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yeah. I liked him. I liked some of his Westerns. I wasn't a fan of John Wayne. I'm still not.
Now, I haven't caught too many of his movies, man.
Fuck John Wayne. Fuck that nigga. But I did catch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I caught The Outlaw Josie Wells was another one that I liked, and the original Magnificent Seven. I love that one.
You like that?
Yeah, I liked that one when they brought back the remake. I was kind of excited, but I didn't want to like be
Well, that's
public
one of-
about it.
That's one of the Charles Bronson ones.
Yeah, he was in that one too.
in that one.
And the funny thing is, like, when you look at the older version, it's incredible. It really is. It's incredible. And the remake is a good homage to it. But I do love the original still.
Yeah.
The original is
Yeah,
just,
I saw some of the remakes, the newer ones now.
Yeah.
And some of them don't do this.
They don't.
They don't do them service, man.
they don't. They're
They really
missing
don't.
that
Yeah,
essence
it's like
of
just,
it.
it was better left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for somebody else who was capable of doing that to come along.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I used to watch westerns with my uncle, but man, between whatever came on the TV and whatever the old school Mexican ones were, like western.
Yeah, I watched a lot of old school Mexican movies too.
You know,
I still like
the
them.
old Chente.
Yeah, Chente,
You know,
Juan Camane,
you know,
all them
as
vulgar ones.
somebody that loves film, honestly, like low key, I've always wanted to like film a Western. But just like for the simple fact, like I've rarely seen a lot of Westerns that capture like the minority experience around that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
well,
the-
usually it's stereotypes.
It is.
You'll see the Asians with the real chinky, and it's
Yeah.
usually not even Asians playing the roles.
Yeah.
Like the Mexicans they will show in the Westerns were always like the villains and
Yeah,
shit.
it's always the banditos.
And,
Banditos.
and the black guys were
stealing
slaves.
something,
and-
yup. Or they're stealing something.
Yeah, you know, or stealing some shit.
Yeah.
They never. What killed me was like, when they talk about people like the Lone Ranger and shit, and how that was based off of Bass Reeves, black bounty hunter. And I'm like, why didn't they make a movie on them? And they never will. They never will. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but times are changing now, man.
Times are changing, and maybe one day we'll get one.
There's a lot of new producers and stuff revisiting history and trying to do it some justice.
Like I would love to do it. Honestly, I feel like, you know, especially as minorities, like we in this collective, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things don't really have our representation on it, and that's one thing I'm pushing for this year.
That should be something that we do.
Yeah,
Like film, like like the Indian in the cupboard. How it opens up with telling you how this Indian is in the cupboard. We should tell the story of how it's been portrayed through history. Take the Lone Ranger, for example, based on a black bounty hunter, but we get the Lone Ranger with what Tonto or that's what we got.
You get the white guy, the rich white guy, Army Hammer, and Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp wasn't even Indian.
Yes, he's not,
Oh my god!
but he does use Dior.
Does that mean? Wait.
Oh, it sure does.
So okay. So since we're on this subject, now that you mentioned this and you brought this up, okay, we canceled the Redskins.
Yeah.
The Washington Redskins. We canceled the term. And,
The Cincinnati. No,
and we called them the Washington
Cleveland
football
Indians.
team. Yeah, we had the Cleveland Indians, now the
they're
Cleveland baseball team. So, wouldn't Johnny Depp be canceled for some shit like that? Just playing a Native American, especially the one he played kind of a handicap one, didn't he? It was like that guy was special needs. What they said, they ended up saying Tonto was special needs, and I was like, that's fucked up. Like
Bass Reeves miniseries coming to HBO.
Hey, look at fucking HBO doing that shit.
HBO is doing a damn thing.
Damn, man. Holla at us, man.
Programming.
Hell yeah.
Still, though, I say we should make a
Shout out to
Western.
Mace and Chubbs for joining us.
What up, everybody?
What up? What up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Man, so I don't know. He got canceled for getting his ass whooped by his ex-wife.
Which is fucked up, but I think that's just for the Tonto shit. I'm just kidding. Because she should have beat
Indirectly, but directly.
She should have beat your ass for being a Native American, motherfucker. You was not Native American. You know goddamn well
Is he
Johnny
not?
Depp should have. Nah.
No?
Johnny Depp is like Italian or something. I don't know what the fuck. But he is not no fucking Native American.
Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in.
Don't be shy. You want to hop on the mic? You want to talk? We got Tilly up in here.
You know.
Yeah, we're live.
We live. We packed the place. It's all good, man.
All
Pull
good.
up a chair.
Pull up a chair if you want. Join us.
Join us.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Well, welcome to the Method Lab. You know, we get down. You see how we get down.
We do this shit live.
That's right. For those of y'all that's tuning in, I know we jumped right into the fucking shit, but you're watching this right now just like they are, but you guys are visual and virtual right now. So you're watching us on www.1025mke.com.
Radio you can watch.
And you can call and text us right now at 414-502-9447.
Yes.
The lines are open.
We are on Facebook.
We are on Twitch. We are on
Wherever.
But you may want to catch us on the website because, like we
Comment
said,
on the site.
this shit is live and we uncensored and unapologetic. So you don't know what the fuck we gonna say.
Yep.
You just last Friday we played on the screen Kill Whitey. We had Kill Whitey on the screen, so you know what I'm saying. Indirectly, you know what I'm saying. We was on some shit. We was on some shit, and I got messages from that shit, man. They was like, "Yo, y'all energy was off the charts." People love that Friday show, man. Hey, Fridays get crazy, man. We get crazy. That was a funny show.
we try to keep it, keep it going into the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Uncharted terrain.
Oh my
the
God.
good thing about the show is that it gives us something to look forward to.
Hell yeah.
At least one section of our day is planned out, and then everything else is just a free for all.
Yeah.
And you lose that on Saturdays and Sundays. You're like, fuck, I have the whole day to make decisions. It's like, fuck, what am I gonna do for those 2 hours? I might end up in jail.
It's such a fucking meltdown. I swear. Saturday is where I get anxiety.
Yeah.
It was good
really
coming
is.
in.
Yeah, we had a
And
productive
just throw
weekend.
something in there, in the middle of the day. 'Cause otherwise, like you said, man, it's easy to get in trouble.
Hell yeah, you fucking end up at the putting people through college and shit. Subscribing to things you shouldn't subscribe to.
Bro, just all kind of
All
ridiculous.
types of fucking extracurricular activities.
Duh.
But it's fucking dope to have this platform to be able. I still want to know. I hope we don't skip over our 100th episode. We need to do that math.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember what our first day was?
Our first day was in August.
Was it?
I want to
Was it
say
August?
it was 20. I know it was the first day of school.
Oh.
It was the first day of school for me because we came back. That's the day the kids came, and I was in there.
Yeah. We're gonna have to look that number up
Yeah,
so we don't skip over it.
Yeah.
It's coming up pretty quick though.
it's got to be within the next. It's got to be within this week.
Yeah. Is it?
We were already
Really?
in the 90s.
Oh shit.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. We're gonna have to
Coming
do that
up,
math.
man.
We're gonna have
We're gonna have to do that math today. But it
Amber, where are you?
right.
You need help?
Let me check this water real quick. My super shit.
Dude, this weird shit just showed up on my timeline, and it's like tape your mouth shut while you're sleeping. Oh.
To tape your mouth shut?
Yeah, it says don't be a mouth breather while you're sleeping.
Oh,
Help
shit.
promote nose breathing, reduce snoring, increase the CPAP compliance, improve your sleep quality. But it's funny because they have this picture, and there's a dude and a female, and their mouths are taped shut.
What type of kinky shit is that?
I'm like, what
Oh,
the
shit.
fuck is this?
Fuck that. You could probably get a sale on that at Home Depot. Just go get some, exactly, right? It's time to put plastic on the windows so that duct tape is cheap.
And it helps pull the little mustache off.
The
There you go.
pinches, the nose hairs.
Yep, there you go.
That's
Serves
hilarious.
dual purpose.
I have this tape. I'll just use this shit.
Hell yeah, that Gorilla Glue?
Tape.
Or Gorilla Glue tape?
Well, look, I'm gonna show you guys this picture real quick here. You guys will laugh. Look. Let's see if you can see it.
Well, you know what he's not getting.
Right?
Right. No, it's taped shut.
That's just a challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Y'all funny. The hell?
Was your water good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Pack attention.
Water is caliente.
It's ta caliente. Man. So Al Mil Mondays. I know we really went right into it. We're just coasting into the show, but any updates, anything you want to talk about, Mike, when it comes to,
Yeah,
the
man,
show
we got,
coming up?
Yeah, we got another project in the works.
Okay.
Working with some different artists from around the country.
Yeah.
And trying to put up like a collaboration album
Oh, nice.
together. Some
Nice.
good music, yeah, some up and coming artists. So we got that in the works. Ranchera's coming up.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
some new stuff. Yeah. So
Shout out to Rancherada.
Shouts out
Yeah,
to the
shout out to
guys over
Rancherada.
at the Rancherada. I got a call from Tilly the other day. What the
Yeah.
fuck is going on
shout out
downstairs?
To, shout out to Aragon too. We got some projects.
Goddamn
projects
fiesta
coming out
going on
with,
downstairs, man. Better
with
find
Aragon,
out.
too.
Yeah. Aragon, yeah. Shouts
Yeah.
out to the brother Aragon.
Yeah.
It's always-
Him and Jay Norris are working on a project together too. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
That's
stuff
what's up,
coming
man.
out, yeah.
2021 is the year for motherfuckers
Yeah,
to
for
get
sure,
on
man.
the horn and let's get to it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
sure.
it's
Trying
great.
to-
It's
trying to
great
get
to
this
see
format
people.
down.
Yeah.
For the show, so people tune in and find it entertaining.
Yeah. It's good to have people, have that energy towards building.
Yeah.
You know.
Goddamn
And
right.
like I always say, man, we need the community support, man.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
support
So
is really crucial.
So for those that you guys, if you haven't seen Money Mike as our guest here these past couple weeks on Mondays, he is one of the two halves of Live Con Al Mil Records.
One
That
half.
is- What?
Yo, goddamn South Division. One half.
No. I said what I meant. Oh, shit. Whatever. We'll fix it in post.
That's the beauty of life.
That's beauty
yeah.
alive.
That's the beauty of life, man.
Man, but like I was saying,
No, go ahead.
Mike, we are going to be having the Al Mil. What was it that we decided for the slot, the 3-hour slot?
Live Konami Records.
Live Con Al Mil, but the 3-hour slot.
So the 3-hour slot starts. It's gonna be from 7 to 10,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be basically 3 hours of entertainment. The first slot is actually from 7 to 8,
Yeah.
and it starts with the guys from Cheliano. Shout out to the guys from Cheliano en Vivo.
Yes.
So they're gonna be entertaining you with their antics. Followed by an hour of the top 10.
Yeah.
The hottest tracks out right now.
Shout out to Chuck.
He's over there taking notes. I want that to be the title of chapter 35.
to have doubles.
Sorry, I'm a very generous bartender.
Take my half and double it.
Yeah, and the last hour is gonna be the last slot's 9 to 10,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be myself along with Mace Marchi.
Yeah.
CEO of Ami Records, and we're gonna be looking for talent, man. People to tune in and hope we want people who who take it a little more seriously. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not just somebody who picked up a guitar or
Yeah.
something and just sitting in the closet. You know,
Yeah.
somebody who's actually going to put some effort into it and is really looking at this as a career choice.
Yeah,
And
that's
some
what's
point,
up.
you know.
Y'all should definitely check that out too, man, because you never know who may be sitting in on the studio with these guys, man. You may see us on a couple of them, so
Hell
just
yeah.
chilling
Shit.
in, shooting the shit. Because I know I want to hear some of the talent going on in
Yeah,
the city.
so you'll be able to find us on the site at 1025mke.com.
For sure.
Yep,
at
yep.
Almil, and we will be live on the radio 102.5 FM.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So go ahead and
sir.
you can
So
definitely
if you're in
download the link straight
if you're in
from
the
here.
whip, you can listen to us in the whip,
Yep.
on your phone, whatever.
We
Tune in.
everywhere, man. We in your
Everywhere.
pocket right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Right, meow.
For sure.
So, and all you people out there with that talent, you brushing
Yeah.
up on
So
that
that's-
damn
that's
guitar, you
coming
better
up.
restring that bitch and get on that motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's coming up February 4th.
See?
February
every
4th. That's
Thursday.
man. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, every Thursday starting February 4th.
Sing a
yes.
song.
And we're right now we're working on the process of curating all the music for the station as well. Give it a good vibe, a good flavor.
Yeah.
So,
We're putting
yeah,
in work, man.
Yeah, definitely, there's work going on
All
behind
those-
closed
Shouts out
doors.
to you got somebody.
Albedo.
Albedo sending shouts out.
Oh,
from
shout
North
out to
Carolina.
Albedo, man.
From
Shout out to
Albedo.
North Kakalaki.
You
It's
know
my
what I'm
boy
saying?
Green, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of North Carolina, bro.
That's what's
Oh, well,
up.
shout out to you, Todd Hill. Let us know once we're that good.
Yeah, man. See, that's the point, man. To go national, bro. And,
Yeah, man.
You know, and get people to support, listen
the
to wherever
beauty
they're
of
at. Yeah.
That's the one thing that we love about the people that watch. You know what I'm saying? Just even here. You know what I'm saying? We get love from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
And when you guys come on, there's gonna be so much love coming through. It's gonna be so many people.
Yeah.
You ready for that? It's
One
gonna
is going to be an awesome platform for the community. You know?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be live, man.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a party up in this
Yeah.
place, man. I'm telling you, this is the spot to be at. Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot coming from Almil, man.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
A lot.
And we're ready to launch here in the next
Yeah. it's
foreseeable
still
weeks.
Yeah.
What the whole shebang bang is going to be once we get a couple things more
It's still
checked out.
Southside. It's still Southside Mill.
Yeah.
It's still Southside.
You take green out the mill, but you can't take mill out the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put green in a lot of things.
That's for
Yes,
damn
sir.
sure.
That's damn right.
Yeah, man. So people, hopefully, you know, they'll receive everything with open arms, man.
Yeah, for sure. And if not,
We're still gonna crack down
they're
their
still,
throats.
it's, yeah, exactly.
Straight up.
It's still, you'll still know about us.
We're gonna be out here, man.
This
There's no
2021.
denying us, man. We're out
There's
here
not.
Man.
making moves.
There's not, man.
For
We got
sure.
so much work that we've
much
been
going
working on. You know, I was
Yeah.
actually just talking with my mom's about it. I was like, everything is in motion. Like right now is just the calm before the storm.
Before the storm.
You know, and
Yeah.
not necessarily that it's calm. It's just, you know, it's time to work. You know, regardless what the adversity is and what's in front of us or what the task is. You know, as long as the task is complete and we can all come back and see face, you know,
Right.
as a team, and we're all good with it, then on to the next one,
Right.
you know, and everything else will happen when it
Yeah.
needs to happen. You know?
Why not? It's like you said, man. It's a team, bro.
Yeah.
And
Shit.
we're growing. We still get people
for sure.
that we
Mm-hmm.
link up with that, you know, may have been like people that just used to come around just see how we was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and now they got positions. You know what I'm saying? Now they getting positions. Now they're bringing their expertise to the table, and
Or
they're
learning new things.
they're learning new things and becoming, you know what I'm saying, moguls in the making.
Yeah, definitely, man.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I'm
saying?
behind the cameras now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, damn, look.
That's what I'm saying.
Like usually, that
I
used
was
to
like,
be
what,
like,
boy,
damn,
got it.
Yeah, man, I'm learning
Mikey's
everything.
running my
man.
camera.
You know what I'm saying?
What's going on here? I was like,
I'm
but
trying
no,
to learn
I
it all,
see
man.
you.
I like soaking in
Yeah.
the knowledge, bro.
You're
Like-
asking the right questions and whatnot. You know, why would anybody get in the way of somebody
Right.
that wants to learn something that you already
Right.
somewhat know, you know?
Right.
That's
Like-
what's up.
Like we told people a long time ago, man, we were not joking. You know what I'm saying? We used to sit
We're
in
here
this
to build
man's
each
living
other up.
room. This man had one ass cheek and a donut, and we were still sitting here planning with his feet in the boots, figuring out how we were going to build this. And so far from this grind now, we've been able to move in directions and avenues and places that people was looking at us like, where the fuck they come from?
I remember like all my life, like, you know, all my life I've always had been that dreamer. You know, that man, if I could make the right decisions all the time, this is what I would like to be. You know, this is where I would like to do. This is what I would like to put my effort to. You know, and this yeah, coming this far has been a fucking trek for all of us, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
For all of us, you know.
Especially considering the times we're in, bro. With COVID and everything. I mean, there's been some things, man, and I think one cool thing about it is we're gonna take that for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, man. And you have to, you know, whatever you believe in, you know, whatever you believe in, you gotta see it for what it is. You know, it's everybody is in a position here, and our team is in a position where we're not here for our own benefit or our own advantage.
Right.
Like we genuinely
It's selfless, man.
care about everyone's progress and what they want to do and how they want to do it.
Yeah. And even outside of that, man, we care about each other's, you know, personal.
Exactly, you know, and
personal space
and
and
that
what's going on
to
in
me
it,
from coming into this, you know, because coming into this with Eddie, you know, and L when we first started, you know, that was something that we saw, or the reason why we never really worked out with working with other people, you know, because it always ended up being an issue or whatever. Life is life. You know, you can't justify or excuse other people's decisions.
Will
you know.
align itself.
Yeah, so and it's rare for a team to assemble and to have that chemistry and to have that understanding that, you know, yo, let's do this shit.
Right.
You know, so we're blessed and we acknowledge it and we don't take it for granted. I would think,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, we don't take it for granted and we do what we can. You know, we're all human.
Yeah.
We all have our issues. We all have our things we go through. But when we're on it,
we're doing it for the greater good of the community.
Yeah,
Like you said,
that
you know,
too.
it's selfless, man.
Yep. So that is us, man. And
Yes, sir.
we are ready. We're ready.
I hope they are too, man. I
Hell
hope you guys
yeah.
are too.
Yeah, Chubbs.
For sure.
Charge
man.
your fucking laptop.
Yeah. Coming for everybody.
Oh man. Let's see what he say. The thing,
The African thing. The
I
fuck?
think the main thing I got out of this whole epidemic-driven year, the Earth is flat.
Oh, so he was enlightened a little bit.
There you go. There you go.
We know where he's getting his news from.
The Onion.
We know what channel this guy subscribes to.
The Onion. The Onion and the now canceled Mad TV magazine.
And Alex Jones. And they're made by reptiles.
And InfoWars.
Oh shit, man.
One thing especially, like, you know, like it's incredible to be a part of a team that inspires creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like they give you the room to create, and then when you bring it to them, they're able to sit down with you and just strategize. Okay, how can we make this happen? How can we make this possible? And we just sit down, we work it out. That was one of the main things we learned from this year. Figure it out. Like when the whole pandemic hit, what are we gonna do? We got to figure it out.
Gotta figure it out. Ain't like
we've been thrown to the fire so many fucking times.
Like what you gonna do? Pack up?
You gonna figure
Is
it
that
out.
an option?
Right.
Hell, fucking no.
Nah.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Like just when I was in Battle Box today, and just telling them about the whole wrestling thing.
So tell us about that experience. I want to know a little bit more about Battle Box.
So I'm in Battle Box, and shout out to Battle, Battles over there.
What's Battle Box?
Okay, Battle Box
This is
it's pretty much the ultimate gaming hub for anything retro, classic, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super NES, and if you happen to have any of those consoles like the Super NES, you can definitely sell it there or trade in. You got great credit in there, got plenty of shit in there to trade it in for.
I got a ton of. I have an NES. I got a ton of NES games.
Yo.
They're hard to find ones too.
Arcades.
Yeah.
He's got the vintage Neo Geo shit. If you're somebody who collects, you know, action figures from Marvel or DC or, you know, stuff that you just build, you know.
So what is it? Is
models
it
and stuff.
like a buying and selling?
It's a buying and selling. You can buy games in there. You can buy, you know, toys, action figures, memorabilia, anime stuff. You can even get anime movies from there. But also what's dope about it is it's connected to a lounge, an actual lounge, a bar setting where you can actually do karaoke. You can run tournaments, first-person shooters, sport games, fighting games, you know, action adventures you can flip. And they'll do like simple club nights and stuff. Of course, before COVID, you know, you could do this. But they're going to reopen it again so they can bring it back. And you can even come in there and watch anime and kick back, have social hours, drink beer with a bunch of anime fans. and just sit back and watch the brutal shit like Ninja Scroll and shit, or some of the new shit that come out. You know what I'm saying? You can get down and just kick it.
Yeah.
And it's one of the dope places. It's over on Lisbon, man. Shout out to Lisbon and Appleton, man. I went in there for the first time. You know, you told me about it. But I went in there just, you know what I'm saying, to shoot the shit, inquire about some stuff, and to sit down and talk to him about, you know, BBRW. And he's a wrestling fan. And he was like, yo, I like that Attitude Era type shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I like SmackDown versus Raw. Here gonna pain, you know, tearing up shit. I was like, well, we tear up shit on our promos. So I shared with him the link and everything, and I was, you know, showing him stuff, and he thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to pick his brain. I'm gonna try and get him in here next week. That way we can sit down with him and you know, he can tell you his story, how he got started and everything. But yo, that place is dope. Like literally dope. As soon as I walked in, it was just from the floor to the ceiling, all over the walls, everything. It was like a gamer's heaven. Everything. I
Can't wait to go.
It was like a fucking library just of all
Now,
over the
can he
wall.
get some of that Japanese soda?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, we need to get some
I don't
Japanese.
Because I already want to get some of the Japanese candy. Some of those gummies that they got, man. Whew. Those gummies and those, even those Japanese crackers, the Pocky sticks and shit. You know, those genuine shits.
Yeah,
The
you can get some
wasabi.
of that stuff at Woodman's.
Yeah, you can.
We used to get that shit at, what was that Suncoast? At the mall.
Yeah.
That's what that shit reminds me of.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's just like that, but it's more so you can tell like it was custom, like he built it, you know what I'm saying, specifically for Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So when you go in, you feel like you walking into the homie spot, but it's just shrined out. You know what I'm saying? So it's things everywhere. You want to touch everything. Like, God damn, I ain't never seen this Joker before.
Yeah.
But it's so much shit, and it's so much to look at and just marvel over. Like he really is laid out. Like I fucking enjoyed it. I want to see the lounge. It was closed, you know, of course, because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about going in there when that lounge open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I remember first time I heard about the Battle Box was, well, driving here when we moved up over to Velite, or not Velite, over there in Burleigh.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the routine driving down Lisbon, and I always would see it. And I was like, damn, it's in the middle of the hood, but it's a fucking game store. You know, and that's pre-COVID. So I was like, damn, every time I wanted to stop and go check it out, I just couldn't because I was coming here.
Yeah.
You know, but when we did the first season of BBRW, I was like, damn. I contacted the owner. I was like, hey, we got something that we're doing. We just want to go and chat it up, see what your perspective is. You know, and then COVID hit and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
It's
still been a goal. You know, then after that, I saw that they did an article on him. I think it was on the Shepherd.
Yeah.
Explaining how, you know, him and his father and his family, you know, kind of, you know, made this a decision that this is what they wanted to do, and they invested into it, you know, and fixed up the building, created the lounge and everything, and then COVID hit and the effects of that, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's rare to see like that, like a game store, like an independent game store is very rare to see.
Yeah.
And it's usually, for it to be owned by a minority, that's even rare.
It's rare.
You know.
And especially in that genre.
Yeah.
You know, that's so dominated that you wouldn't necessarily see a black guy,
Yeah.
you know, be open like that. And also to also mention too, the lounge, you have to be a member to get access to the lounge. You know what I'm saying? So it's a membership only for the lounge. The store is open. Of course, if you want to go there, you can. You got to call and make an appointment to come and check it out. You know, specifically, you know, COVID rules. And you got to wear your mask. You definitely got to wear your mask. And I respect that totally. But to have someone have an establishment like that in that genre, you know, it would be unheard of in this city, in this city of all places. But, you know, shout out to him, because obviously that's something that really pops in other places. You go to China, they have buildings dedicated. Damn, their malls look like this shit. And
shit, malls dedicated to fucking figurines.
Dude.
Like all them fucking like realistic ass figurines.
I saw me and my daughter, we love anime, and we're One Piece fans. We saw over in Nagasaki, Japan, they built the goddamn pirate ship.
Nice.
The Sunny pirate ship. You can go on this fucking pirate ship and they'll take it out into the water. And I told my daughter, I said, we're going. We're getting on that fucking boat. I seen that boat and it's built just like it was in the cartoon, lying on the front, everything. And they got the characters inside with like statues. You can take pictures of them and like take pictures with them, there. And it's all built as a shrine to that show. Like there's a whole dock and everything, memorabilia, go through this whole museum of shit. And then you can get on the boat and they take it out to the water. And they'll have like the best chef cooking the best in seafood, the whole Sanji prepared meals and shit. I was like, we going. I was like, I'm gonna send you this link, bookmark it, baby. We going. As soon as I get enough, we going. Find out flights, everything. That is our bucket list. We are getting on that goddamn boat. Just like that, we are getting on that goddamn boat. And she was like, yes, we are. We going pirating on that motherfucking boat. Fuck that.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
I'm gonna eat squid on that goddamn boat.
Cooked or for raw?
Cooked. Oh, they cook it. That's one thing they're so. This show is like their Simpsons is to them is like the Simpsons what is to us.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of the longest running fucking primetime cartoons.
Yeah, so you get into anime, so I'm lost, bro. I never got into that. Like it started coming in. I think the earliest stuff around my age was like Pokemon, but I was already a teenager.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just for me it was the mouths moving and the voice not
voices.
matching up and stuff. Man, that shit gets annoying to me. That's like
I
just don't like that kind of animation.
I like that from the old kung fu flicks. When I watch the old Bruce Lee films,
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
and they do that shit. But for me, when I started off into the shit, I didn't like Pokemon. I really didn't. I didn't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, like I never mess with any
I thought
of that.
that was the dumbest shit I ever seen.
I have no clue when it comes to anime culture and stuff like that. I'm lost, man.
But see, when me and Battle was talking, we was like, he was like, because we was talking about how you get started into it. He was like, man, he's like, for me, I don't like the goofy shit. I don't like the cartoony, hokey, goofy shit that they got now. The kids and youth like that shit, and that's cool. He's like, me, I like the hard R, realistic, gruesome kind of shit.
Like I can honestly say I've never caught like a full episode of anything anime.
Wait, so you've never seen Ninja Scroll?
No.
Ooh, shit. That is the group. That's what made me like anime. That was the first one I watched. Was Ninja Scroll.
I don't dig that kind of animation.
Ninja
man.
Scroll.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, Scroll.
Animation
Like Scroll.
period?
Yeah.
No, that kind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Japanese animation.
No, not Ninja Scroll.
I don't
Although it
like
might
the way
be
the
dope.
mouths
Might be
move,
dope.
and I just couldn't get into it. That's like what was that? The Power Rangers. I couldn't get into them fools either.
I didn't like the Power Rangers until the Green Ranger beat the shit out of them. Then I was like, oh, they ain't that tough, man, is it? Because I ain't like the way they did. I ain't like the way they did the black dude. I was mad as fuck that the black guy
They cut off his finger to get on the show.
Hey, he lost that shit in Compton. But I hate the fact they had this nigga, he wore purple every day. Purple and black every day. They gave him the only black suit, and his weapon was a shotgun. I hate them niggas, man. Fuck that. This nigga had a pistol and shit. He had a goddamn shotgun and an axe.
Yeah, I never got into them either.
I hated that shit until the Green Ranger beat the shit out of all of them. Then I was like, okay, this is all right.
Vonnie said I was mad about his hairline.
Yo, fucked up, man. The worst fucking box. And you know what's fucked up? If you look at dude on that show, he looked just like the kid from Recess. He looked like the other kid from one of those other ABC. All the black guys looked alike in all these Saturday morning shows, even from the cartoons to these fucking ninja shows. Fuck all of that, man. I hated that shit.
You had to simplify the toy making process.
They all had the same haircut and they went to the same school. And they all used to break dance and they had a goddamn black suit and wore purple. It's fucked up, man. This is bullshit. I hated that shit. The first Power Rangers, hated all those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I never got into that.
I just like the Green Ranger when he beat the shit out. When I saw that shit, I stood and applauded. I was like, yes! And I thought it was over after that. I was like, that's it. It's just gonna be this nigga. I was like, okay, I can deal with that. One,
Did
I'm
you
cool.
know there was a 36 Galaxy?
Right, you didn't join them. I was like, man, fuck all this shit. Super friend ass niggas. Fuck that shit. Nah, I'm like you. I wasn't on that wave. I wasn't on that Power Ranger wave. I wasn't on that Pokemon. I wasn't even on the Dragon Ball shit.
Shit, I was. If it came on TV, the
You were
free
watching
channels, we were watching that shit because all my friends at school are Dragon Ball Z and like that. You know, Ninja Squirrels or what's the other one, like the Appleseed or
Oh yeah,
like all those.
That.
There's like
I ain't watched
classics, like to people that
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I'm not renting that shit, so we're not watching that shit. So if you want to let me borrow it, I'll check it out. But I'm good.
Yeah.
Power Rangers comes on at 4:30. Dinner's right shortly after. You know, I'm gonna take what I got.
I remember Dragon Ball came out when on Saturdays, and it was free on 24. Yeah. And I remember the first time I watched it.
I was already at the junkyard. By the time it came on, I was already at the junkyard.
I'm watching this because I remember I used to watch it at the barbershop, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, they just standing there. When they gonna fight? And I just didn't like it. I was not a fan of it. It was boring to me. And as people were, really hyping this shit up, I was like, man, fuck all that shit. Yeah. But when I saw Ninja Scroll, I caught that at my father's house when I was young. And it was like one of those days, he had the old cable box, he had to turn the key and you can get every channel.
Yeah.
Like all the pay-per-view shit.
Depending on what black box you had.
Right, depending on which one.
One in the back had a switch.
Yeah. See,
Yep. And parents used to leave, switch it off because it turned the porn channels off.
But see,
They used to scramble the porn channels.
You know what I'm saying? But my cousin knew. He flicked that motherfucker on and he was on.
Turn that bitch right back on.
And my dad would leave it on because of pay-per-view. He had pay-per-view channels on there. So anything that came out was out. But he had, HBO and Showtime and stuff too. So he had the splitter. So I could watch whatever I wanted on my TV. But if I turned to a specific channel, I could watch whatever was on his TV. So he had left it on, I think it was Showtime or Cinemax. One of those channels. And
it was Skinamax after
probably,
10 o'clock.
Probably. It might have been Cinemax. It might have been
Skinamax
Cinemax.
after 10.
Because it get kind of raunchy after a while.
A lot of dry humping.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of dry humping.
A lot of dry humping, a lot of heavy breathing.
A lot of alien
and a whole lot of
fucking.
nothing going on beyond that.
A lot of mountain fucking going on. Dry humping and shit. But
Way up here, too.
yeah.
Like,
a lot of
that's
white.
not where you ride somebody. That shit don't even look anatomically correct.
You're gonna get a motherfucking rash.
Yeah. You're going to get some denim burn from all that dry humping.
But if I'm playing a video game and shit, and I game pretty late, trying to flip a level or whatever, and I turn it off, and I remember this one specific night I was going to bed. I just finished playing like a championship on like NBA Live or some shit, and I remember turning to that channel, and I would leave the TV on sometimes just to see what's coming on. Yep, see Spice and all. I had all those. I saw all of those.
Chubbs memorized the
All of
lineup.
those. I swear to God.
73
one
was
of
the
the
Spice
boxes.
channel.
Got that box. Hey, Spice, anything went down on Spice. That was fucking
Like, why
crazy.
is these channels always on favorite?
But yo, I caught that shit coming on. It was like, and up next, Ninja Scroll. And I'm like, I must be one of those karate movies. I'm thinking this American Ninja or some shit. I'm like, I ain't never heard of this before. So it's a cartoon. And I'm like, and I remember watching it, the first couple minutes, I'm like, I don't see the point of this. And then everybody on screen just gets decimated. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I remember just continued watching it, and I was like, holy shit. By the time I got through the end, I couldn't believe somebody had animated this shit. And I was like, what the fuck? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I would ask people at school, yo, you ever seen this fucking movie called Ninja Scroll? And motherfuckers would, shh, I saw that shit the other day. like it was an underground thing. I was in middle school when that shit came. It was an underground thing. So if you happen to see it, you know you weren't supposed to watch it. But you happened to catch it on cable, or you knew somebody who had it, and it was like this underground just cult classic of, yo, these motherfuckers making cartoons like this. And if you had somebody or knew somebody that had it, you was watching it, but it was like you couldn't get over how free it was as far as like it was almost like an action movie that you would not see in theaters because it was just too real. It's too gruesome. And I remember like even being older when I became your roommate, I went and got the director's copy. I was like, I gotta have this shit. And I was like, this is obviously an extended version. So I know there's some shit in here I ain't even seen yet. And I remember having that, and I was like, God damn, this is the craziest shit ever. And it was from then on, I had a special place for it. I was like, I can watch this type of shit. None of that silly animal electrocuted, zap you and run off and cross-eyed and all the other goofy shit. I couldn't do that. But the more I started to see stuff like Ninja Scroll, I started to warm up to stuff like that and be like, I'm not going to watch it, but it's cool. I can respect
See,
it.
I've caught enough of them. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have the fucking shortest attention span ever.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, all right, I'm bored. Next.
And then
I'm
at
bored.
this point in my life, it's like I'm so far behind, bro. That's too much to catch up on.
That's the crazy thing. It's so many that comes out. There's so many that comes out. Now there's so many different ones. It's a whole.
It's the same
It's
thing
a whole
with
wave.
like series on Netflix and stuff. If I don't stay on top of them, and 2 or 3 new ones are out, I don't bother going
Right.
back. It's too much.
Right.
I feel like what is that one on HBO, the Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I had planned to start watching that at some point. It's just so many seasons, man. It just feels overwhelming.
The fucked up thing is I want to recommend it, but I didn't like the last season. It's hard for me to recommend that to people because it's like that last season was pretty
Like,
shit.
you're
And I
really
have
gonna
wanted to get-
invest your time into this.
Well, see, the thing is a lot of people reference it, you know, and sometimes I feel lost. Like, oh man, maybe I should, watch it. But like I
It's
said,
good.
I feel the same way. So
Yeah, but it's just
good.
it's too much,
just,
right?
It's really good. Like the thing about it is when you starting off watching it, it's easy to see that at first and look at it like, man, because I was the same way. I was a late bloomer to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was on like 4 or 5 seasons before I even started watching it.
Yeah, I was like 3
See, I just
seasons. It
caught
was like 3
not too long ago, a
seasons
few months ago. I just rewatched the entire Sopranos
See?
series. I mean, I could have been watching the Game of Thrones, I guess, but I like classic shit like that.
Like and see, that's another thing too. Like I was a late bloomer on Sopranos.
Yeah.
That show's dope.
I had to break my feet to watch The Sopranos.
Like when it comes to
I was really heartbroken when he passed away, man.
Yeah.
Gandolfini.
Yeah, Gandolfini, he was a great actor,
he
man.
really was, man.
me, I'm late on Ozarks.
Ozarks.
And I just found out that they're about to take it off of Netflix. I'm
Yep.
like, or what?
Yeah,
it's
the
last season.
Last season.
Yeah, you gotta catch it. It's
That shit's.
So I gotta catch up. I think 6th episode in the first season.
Oh, you're take your time.
yeah.
Pace it.
Okay.
Pace it. It's fucking dope. Season 1 and season 2.
What movies
really-
Chubb's talking about?
I think he's
The big ass dude?
Elder Scroll. What was that?
Tell me
Ninja
the fuck-
Scroll?
Ninja Scroll.
Oh yeah,
That's what happens?
yeah, big ass
Holy
dude.
shit.
Yeah, there was a big ass
sounds
rock guy.
graphic.
I'm telling you, and this is in the beginning, because the whole thing is about this girl, and the first big badass that you see is the big ass rock dude, like he talking about, who decimates a whole forest full of people. And I mean, he don't just like stab. No, he fucking destroys them. And it was the craziest shit you ever seen. It's like,
So
Well, who the
when
fuck
did
is
this
gonna
come
beat
out?
this guy?
When did this come out?
just like in the early 90s.
Fuck. I don't know where I was. In the streets, I think.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. I was in middle school. I was like, yo, I didn't even know motherfuckers even fuck with shit like this. And I was like, I thought I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. But there was a good group of fucking people, like me, Latino, especially like the Hmong community. They was like, oh man, you ain't seen the real one.
My ass was at the junkyard looking for nudie magazines and trunks of cars. That's what I was doing.
I was watching Scarface and shit like that.
See, I was watching that shit too. That's why I was like, I never expected a cartoon to pull no shit like that. And they pushed the envelope further than ever. Like you said, it starts off with a girl, like they was trying to rape the girl. Like that, and you're looking at it like, who the fuck is gonna beat and then the coolest fucking character walks in, this fucking ninja dude, and just like automatically you're like, okay, how bad is this motherfucker? So like that whole movie, you're sitting there wondering, how bad is this motherfucker really? And he beats this big ass nigga, and just the ease, and almost an ease. So automatically it's different. It kicked the whole thing down. I was like, okay, if we're gonna get like this, I'll watch it. I'll at least try.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm picky too. Like I can't keep up with everything. Like there's so many shows and stuff that come on, and people will talk. There'll be whole fandemonium behind it, and I'll be like, do I really want to start?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, man, I haven't even started on these other 3 I still got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I want to because it feels like it's part of pop culture now. You know, a lot of references, and you kind of get lost if you haven't watched them. But nah, it's whatever.
It's all whatever you got time for.
I just go research this shit whenever I don't know what they're talking about.
Shit. So I got this. I actually read this shit in the morning. Eleazar just sent it in the messenger. California man told police that due to the coronavirus pandemic, he was afraid to fly. So what he decided to do was to live at O'Hare Airport for 3 months.
Oh, right. Yeah, they just caught him.
That is crazy.
The Tom Hanks.
Right, he pulled
Yeah.
the Tom Hanks
Um,
at the terminal.
What was the real guy's name? Nowrolski or something like that?
Yeah. But wait a minute though. That's the
36
worst
years
place
old.
you could stay.
O'Hare?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
During
the
COVID.
hub for all COVID.
That's the best place to catch COVID, probably. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I remember when I was in college, everybody that I lived with worked at O'Hare. You know, so I'd go over there and just hang out every once in a while, go pick them up or whatever. You know, it's the oddest place ever.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like purgatory.
Yeah.
It's like motherfuckers just coming and going, and it's like one day it's this massive facility, the next day is like the smallest place that you just
Yeah,
feel.
sometimes it's dead.
Yeah,
is.
claustrophobic,
Other
and
days
it's
it's super
like
packed. I guess it depends what time of the year you
like,
go and what
like,
time
how
of the day.
fuck do you live? I guess if you keep it moving, you can live in there, but
I mean, I went to the
damn, 3 months.
I'm probably because of terminal, probably moving from terminal to terminal.
terminal. It's just how do you stay unnoticed for all those
That's
months?
what I'm
Right.
saying.
Right.
And what does that say about security there?
Ooh,
If he
That's
had 3 months to
another
roam
frag.
around, hey, that's 3 months. He could have been doing whatever. If he was unnoticed for that long,
that's a fucking shame.
and not only doing not only what kind of a danger, but a danger to people as well. Where was he hiding?
Exactly.
Snatch somebody up.
That's one of the worst things.
Underneath the conveyor belt,
And this is O'Hare.
It's O'Hare. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be
It's not like it's
embarrassing.
Mitchell or something.
and you got a shit ton of people that
You got a lot of
different
people
types of
traveling
people.
through there.
That's an embarrassment, man. You had a guy staying in your airport for 3 whole months.
It's
A whole
TSA don't want to
fucking
do
guy.
shit if they can't pat people down.
Exactly.
If they don't get to feel people up, they don't want to do shit.
That long and be like, dude, you're here every fucking day.
Right.
What's up?
I don't know.
Like, what flight are you? Do you work here, motherfucker? Like,
This
come
motherfucker
on.
travels a lot.
But was he in the general concourse area or was he in the gate area?
See, that's the question.
Well, that's the other
Because
thing,
if he's in the general concourse area, it's a lot easier to get caught there.
Yeah.
But if you're in the gate and you're just roaming around gate to gate, that's damn near fucking impossible. It should be.
Well,
at
not
O'Hare.
really, man, because a lot of those waiting areas, they empty out.
Yeah.
If there's no plane down in that side of the terminal,
Right.
they're dead. A lot of times they shut the lights off sometimes.
But see, even cleaning people got to come through and like vacuum and stuff, especially around this time. They still got to come through and clean. So it's like, what are you doing? Hiding in the bathroom? Or you, this motherfucker had like a key to somewhere. He was in a utility closet. Like, I'm gonna just wait
Or
this out.
maybe he snuck into the hotel because they do have a massive
Oh
ass
yeah,
Hilton.
they do have a Hilton up in there. That's fucked
That
up.
sounds like fun. Honestly, that shit.
Now I'm kind of
shit
curious.
sounds
Like,
like
can we pull that off?
Hey, there's those stupid rest pods. He's probably staying in one of those.
Oh, they have rest pods there now.
You know those, they look like an old photo booth. You know
Yeah.
those photo booths,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
Fucking open it and sit in it and close the door. You can watch TV or read a book in it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
shouldn't they be
shit.
checking those out too?
Yeah.
I think they
You can go in there and do all kinds of
Hell
shit.
yeah! Like this is my unit.
Yeah,
got
it's my
got
unit.
like fucking 6 of them rented out and shit.
Shit, now that I think about it, you know, during this COVID pandemic, they probably wouldn't even be trying to check that shit like that.
Well, you would think they're trying to fucking sterilize everything down, don't
True.
they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
even
It's a
heavier
fucking
cleaning.
washing. It's
It's supposed to be
technically
hot water or
a
something.
Yeah.
a dishwasher.
Where's this
Once-
motherfucker at?
Once you rent out that shit goes through a spin
Because
cycle.
I'm gonna tell you, the international terminal. I mean, it's only so big.
yeah,
Yeah.
you ain't hiding in that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Where was it? It was in L.A.?
O'Hare.
Oh, it was at O'Hare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the block.
That's what I'm
Down
saying.
the block.
I done flew out of O'Hare a couple of times. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
But you know
That's a
what?
terrible place.
The international wing those tunnels with the conveyors,
Mm-hmm.
that shit is long, man. So mm
Yeah, well, and you can get on the trains too. I guess keep going in loops
Yeah.
for a while.
O'Hare is
Go
pretty
on
big.
the blue.
Yeah.
I
Hop on
want
the
to see if
blue.
I can do it for like a 72-hour stay.
Right? That shit'll be fun.
I mean,
Like, damn, I really can't find nowhere. Ah, fuck it. I'll check into the hotel.
I mean, he's got some cash on him. All he got to do is just go someplace, eat,
Yeah,
and then come back.
it doesn't say that he was homeless or
Right, he
anything.
just
He was
stayed.
just afraid to fly. So for all we know, he was checked
So-
into the hotel for 3 months.
So renting a vehicle never crossed his mind.
Right?
Another mode of transportation.
Right, you
How the fuck did he get here to begin with? You know, how the fuck did you
How
get
the fuck
here?
did you get here?
I went over on this shit.
You know, I flew over,
I'm afraid to fly again.
but I'm afraid to go back.
What the fuck did they do to you on that plane?
There was snakes on the motherfucking plane.
That's the dumbest fucking movie ever, man. Fuck, that's the dumbest movie ever.
Dog, you could probably have a really good time at the airport. Now that you think about it, with a budget, you know, go down and get some food. If there's a
remember-
game at night, go hit up the air lounge.
I remember when I stayed on the South Side, I worked at Mitchell Airport. And I thought, you know, this place would be so much better if it was bigger. So I can only imagine what it's like at O'Hare. Because when I flew out of there to go to Vegas last year for New Year's Eve, and we had to stop off in Arizona and drive up there, but we had to stop and have a layover in Dallas. And when I went to that airport, that shit was so fucking
Man, it's
massive.
massive. Dallas
So,
is fucking massive.
I could see somebody
The one in
staying in that
Atlanta.
motherfucker
Yeah.
because we flew in like at 4 a.m, and our flight wasn't until like 8. And I remember we went, got breakfast, found a spot, and lounged, like went to sleep, all of us. And we had our own little spots, charging stables. Nobody bothered us. So it would be easy to think that somebody could actually sleep in the hotel or in the airport without going to a hotel or something in there. But
Yeah, 'cause you
O'Hare
can
is
sleep a couple hours here, move somewhere else. sleep
right.
A couple
So I was there. You know,
Look like
this-
you're waiting for the plane. Just go where there's groups of people.
there's a mall. It's a mall. It's literally a
Yeah.
huge ass mall. It's like Bayshore and the airport, or
Yeah.
more like Mayfair and the airport all together.
New York is big as hell,
Yeah,
too.
that's another one too. So you could just it's massive. Like you can do so much. So much you get away with.
Let's do a fucking.
You guys want to do a trial run? Or?
Let's do a fucking road trip,
to O'Hare.
team building experience. Let's
The
sleep
team
at
that gets caught last wins.
right. Denver.
Denver International.
Hell
We're gonna try and camp out at a spot we're not supposed to. We'll see how long it takes to catch us.
Right in front of the dispensary.
Right. What is the closest Airbnb to the dispensary?
Let me sit there. Something's burning. Something's burning. Something's out right here.
The plane landed. Yeah, it took off about 3 hours.
That's funny, man.
We still got to get our asses to Denver
Yes.
sooner than later.
There's a lot of places we should go to, man. Like this is we should make that into a thing. Of course, you know, we're building steps. We're still building, and there's still a lot of things that we have yet to do. But we should make it a point as a team, you know, to take those kind of trips, you know, just to go
Right.
and see. Of course, we're gonna go and get content no matter what. We're gonna film wherever we go. We're gonna do whatever because that's what we do. But we should make it a point to go places we've never been, you know, as a group. Like you may have been once and you're like, yo, you fucking love it here. I got a spot perfect for you. Yeah, let's go. Like I'm down for that shit.
Yeah. Well, there's so much of this country to see, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to see it all at some point.
Before it go.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Before it go.
I was in South Dakota and Wyoming last year. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Got to see the wild buffalo.
I was gonna say, what is there to do in South Dakota?
A lot of land, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a frontier? and
Not a
shit?
lot of people though.
I imagine.
Yeah.
But like it's gotta be a beautiful landscape. when you
Yeah,
get
the
down
Smoky Mountains is cool. We were out there. Wyoming. What is it? Devil's Tower or Devil's Peak, something like that.
there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard
Went
about
out there, checked that out. A lot
How
of
was that?
hiking. That was cool. The bison actually came up to the vehicle, like they just blocked the road, and they're wild.
Yeah.
So they're not on a reserve or anything. They're just wild. And
I love to see that.
they just block the shit out the road. They start eating, and it's like a lot of them. There was like 40, 50 of them in that pack.
Nice.
Yeah, you see a lot of wildlife. It's just nice to get away, man.
Yeah.
And nice and quiet. See the stars. You know, just get away from people.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things. I'm gonna get myself an RV.
Yeah, I would
That way
definitely
you can-
invest in an RV.
RV and hit the road.
It was
every once
it
in
was
a while.
definitely
I might
quality
borrow
time with the
Lola.
family, man.
Might have to rent Lola out like an Airbnb. I swear I won't leave the county.
Shoots all the way down in New Mexico.
Right? Like Gio's over. He's cooking meth. He's living his fucking Breaking Bad fantasy.
RV wouldn't be bad, man. Like I was looking at somebody was talking about a souped up RV that they had made customizations to.
They're super pricey though,
They
man. I
are.
looked into them. Even the Sprinter, the Mercedes ones, they're like $100,000.
Yeah.
Depends what you want in them.
Because they know what you can do.
Yeah.
You know, you're mobile and moving.
They're really expensive. Yeah, the Winnebagos, they have the like the Sprinter version. They're starting at like $100,000.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, those buses go
I'll
for
settle
like
for an old school
$500,000.
Chevy van.
Yeah, me too.
Old school Chevy van with decked out on the back.
A nice little bed in the back. Pull into a rest area, just take a little nap, keep going.
Oh yeah, shit.
Like my pops used to do it.
Just make sure you got, all I need in my RV is places where I can put my shotguns, my shotguns, my guns. Then
My
somewhere
ammo.
where I can hang my
ammo.
rifle, And then I have to have at least one or two of my favorite knives with me.
Right.
I
In case
travel
a bear's
like
attack.
I travel like it's
She'll
just-
carry a Bowie
You never know
around.
what you might run into.
A Bowie and a coonskin
Bowie.
hat.
you just have to be,
You gotta be prepared.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna attack.
I always
Yeah,
camp
supernatural purposes.
armed. I always camp armed too.
That's funny too. Like just a place for your weapons and your knives.
Yeah, and
your
then a
coonskin
comfortable
hats
place to
and
fucking
just
lay.
lounge.
Yeah.
Well, you want to sleep comfortable at night.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Shit, you don't know. So you want some fucking? You're at a fucking rest area and somebody, hey,
Some fucking
clunk,
creep
clunk,
or
clunk,
something.
clunk.
Yeah.
Nah, buddy,
But see, that's
Not
wrong
tonight.
one.
That's-
Not tonight.
Hell
that's
yeah.
one of the dope things. If I had an RV every summer, at least I'm going to take at least a month.
You can rent them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that'd be something cool for us to do.
take an RV and just take a road trip, man.
Yeah.
We're going on
Out
the
to
road.
middle of
we're
nowhere.
going to the what's that? The Bong Recreational.
Right up the,
We
right down the
we
block.
couldn't go further. We had to pull over. And
There
hit
was
the
no
dam
Wi-Fi.
bridge.
We didn't have the gas.
As far as the
same
Wi-Fi
shit.
went, I gotta be connected. Yeah, actually,
Lola seats, sleeps 8.
Oh, really?
Really?
But it's with all us, we're all kind of bigger.
Yeah.
Let's knock it down to 4.
Hell yeah. And it'd be just something that's simple, go rent out a little cabin or something,
yeah.
You just
be one with
go
nature.
somewhere, hang out, fish,
I like going
drink
fishing,
if
man.
you drink,
Yeah,
smoke
man.
if you smoke.
I like fishing.
I like fishing too. Like that.
I've
Fish,
learned that RVing isn't always cracked up what people think.
Yeah,
Because what's happening is you take an RV somewhere, unless you're pulling a vehicle behind you, you have to use that RV to do
Yeah,
it.
well,
Forget
that's
that.
what people
Yeah.
need to
You know
figure
what I
out,
mean?
or
Yeah.
just rent a car wherever
we just need
your
a
destination
fleet
at.
of bird scooters. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Just a fleet. Just hop on the bird scooter and just
Yeah.
get to where we need to get to.
Like my family, my mother's side, man. There was a lot of my uncles had RVs, and we would take a lot of road trips and stuff, and as a family. And some people, would ride in the RV. If you had like a big family, if you had the kids and stuff, they'd be in the RV.
We called them Dodge Caravans.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or a 40 kind of line.
Yeah.
And then you would have like other people in their cars and stuff riding around. Because of course you had people who drink on the road. You had people who smoke on the road. You had people who listen to whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had kids. People with kids and people who diabetics or whatever. And they gotta rest to stretch their legs. So if you had RVs, you were encouraged to go. So we went on family reunions, convoy, 15, 16 cars and stuff. And I remember as a kid this would happen. And I remember just how fucking dope that was. Like, man, it's like a bunch of us. I don't know what the fuck we about to do, but this is great.
I don't know about you, but sometimes it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, I imagine it's different now.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's got
was easier to get along back then sometimes.
Yeah. That's one thing. Like, you got to be sure who you're on the road with.
Yeah. Because there's some people, they don't know how to act on the road, man.
Nah.
Seriously. Or they get really selfish and they just want to do them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work when you're doing a group thing, man.
Yeah, man.
You go as a group, don't get me wrong, you can go and do group stuff, and then there's other people that are, no, I don't want to do none of that shit. I want to
Yeah.
go that way.
Right.
Well, if you guys are doing that, I don't want to do that. I'm going over here by myself.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah. And then
That defeats the purpose,
That's
asshole.
the whole, yeah, right. Could have stayed at home by yourself.
if we go on a cruise
Yeah.
and we go to an island, you can't go off on your own
Yeah.
somewhere on the island.
Yeah.
If you get fucking lost or jacked up,
We're not coming
We're
for
not
you.
coming for
you
you.
can't find
Hell
you.
yeah.
We're not paying ransom.
And see that, and that's one of the things
You're on
too.
your
Like,
own.
that's why I was like, you know, doing trips like that. I never wanted to do that by myself because I was like, I don't know that type of environment. I don't like walking into an environment like that. I wouldn't even feel safe knowing somebody that I know.
Yeah, because
going
look,
by
man,
themselves.
I've been
and I can go
on
with
some
them.
camping trips and some trips, and it was a lot of friction.
Yeah.
You know, because either, like I said, or they're really selfish. Instead of, you know what, I'm kind of not into that either, but we're here as a group. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Next time I'll make a point of coming by myself if I really, whatever, you know, let's just do it for the team. And some people are just not willing to compromise like that. It's like, no, I'm not going or whatever, you know. And then
And you get the motherfuckers like,
Well, here's the
I
thing.
put money in for gas, so
right. Well, and then well,
start throwing shit in your
well,
face.
and then the other thing that happens
for
is,
hot dog.
right, somebody stays out or whatever, right? Cool. Well, now you get back. Well, now there's that awkward feeling, you know, in the
Yeah,
apartment or
nothing to
wherever.
relate.
Like, oh, okay.
What'd you do?
You know, like, well, was this guy mad or not or whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that shit lingers for days. It's the whole purpose of the fucking trip together.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that really the purpose of the trip?
It's to
Every
go
single
online,
movie, every National Lampoon movie. That's the whole purpose, the awkward situations of road trips and family gatherings.
You learn a lot about a person when you're with somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Yeah.
week. Okay?
Yeah.
When you're with that person, you learn the ins and outs and the quirks of each other.
Yeah. And then you learn how long you can be around that person.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn, I can't tolerate
Okay,
this.
you know, I can give this person 1 or 2 days max. After that, I need a little bit of space.
Because
it's too
sometimes,
much.
because honestly, sometimes like I get it too on both sides. Like sometimes you know, in camping trips, because I've been camping before too, and I used to go a lot with like it's crazy. I used to go on those church camping trips, which is nuts. And no one diddled us because we're not Catholic.
You said nuts. You did say nuts.
I did say nuts. But no, they were appropriate. They were appropriate. It was us. We were doing the freaking. But no, like we would get together and you know, of course we would all like click up and go do shit. And there were some of us that like, if you've never been around that person, but you always wanted to like see what they were on, you know, you go and do some shit. Like, oh man, I'm finna take this nature trail up. You wanna go? You wanna roll? You wanna roll? And I've always been that type of person. Like, I need to figure out what this person's like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's like somebody, especially if I don't know you, but I'm trying to,
Yeah.
especially if it's, you know, like a group of us going, yeah, let's go take that. Let's take that next. Let's get some firewood and shit. Let's go and bring it back. You know, you get some food. Yeah, let's go. And then you know, you just like you said, you contribute to that.
Yeah.
'Cause- and
It's about the experience.
yeah,
And it's about creating a moment.
like
know-
that shit. I like that idea, that aspect of gathering together, going out into the wilderness.
Yeah, like a couple years
grab some
ago, I
spots,
took my
food.
mom, my family out to Puerto Vallarta.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met up with more family there in Guadalajara.
Mm.
And then I rented a transport. Took some of my cousins, my aunts with us to Puerto Vallarta. The transport ended up costing like $300 for the entire stay. He was there with us.
Mm.
And it seated like 14, had TVs and stuff. So it was really comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was more about the experience.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of friction, and it's upsetting because that's not what you want to remember from experiences like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
that's not what you want to come out of
You
it.
want to come out with something.
Yeah, like, yo, remember when we all went and we did this and it was great? Remember when we went, but these guys
So-and-so
stayed
had
out,
an
or
argument,
that's not the point of trips like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it does create awesome memories, man. I've got some memories that I'll take with me for the rest of my life, for sure.
Let me tell you something. Some of the funniest moments camping came from friction. Like, I've seen motherfuckers get the shit slapped out of them during a camping trip, and I remember how many jokes we cracked after the fact. Like, that kept us out 4 more hours just laughing at the fact that the fucking soul got slapped out of this motherfucker during that. And I still don't know, I cannot remember to this day who the fuck it was that got slapped. I cannot remember the dude's name, but I just remember his face going the other way.
It was wild, man.
It was wild.
We do a camping trip every year, late July. We didn't do it in 2020 because of the COVID.
Yeah, COVID
shit.
shit.
But we usually do a camping trip, and there's normally anywhere between 20 to 30 of us
Wow.
at the camping trip. But we do it to the Dells, you know. But we go to Red Oak Campground, and we hang out, and we do from Thursday to Sunday. And we usually do it, but it's all adults, no kids.
Oh, okay.
So we go out there and we have a good time, build bonfires and shit.
Yeah.
It's a huge campsite. It's fun, man. It's so damn fun. We should try, if COVID lets up, we should go do that shit again this year.
Hell yeah. It's hard. Like, I always say I want to go do shit, and then when I get invited to shit, I don't want to do that shit. You know, and then it's with shit like this, because my friends, my childhood friends, they go and have been going religiously for like the past 12 plus years.
Yeah.
But they do the same thing. They go tubing.
Yeah,
where
we do
they
the same
where they
shit.
go up and it's like 60 of them. I was like, damn, I don't even think I know 60 people, yet alone people that I want to fucking be
around all
around. I was like, that shit just puts me in a certain position.
Yeah, see,
I don't
like
know.
when I go camping, I like to keep it a little smaller, more private.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get away from people, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm trying to get away from the city and just.
Well, see, that's the purpose of camping. It's to be in, like you said, in that little group.
Yeah.
And it's to be excluded from there. And I
Yeah.
always like the fact of being in the elements.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go fishing.
Yeah, my
let's
dad
build
told
a
me to be
fire.
out there,
Let's
right.
fucking pitch this tent and try to stay warm through the night.
We
and not
have
get
a
ate.
nightclub in fucking woods. Is
Yeah.
what it is. 'Cause
Right.
we
That's
take
dope.
uplighting and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
if you
something
get-
like that, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
if you get a good group of guys, you know, everybody gets along. It
Even
makes the
if you're
experience
lounging in the
even
cabin,
better.
like I was looking up during the COVID shit. I hate we keep bringing this shit up, but you fucked us up. You fucking COVID,
COVID.
bitches. There was a cabin area up north from here that would get rented out mostly all year, except for this one particular week during like springtime. And I fucking thought it was dope, and I was like, damn, this cabin sits like 12 people, and it's 2 floors, like 3 or 4 bathrooms, and it's up north. Beautiful fucking lake, beautiful fucking cabin, beautiful scenery, woods, lake in the back, creek and everything, perfect. Looks beautiful in the snow, looks beautiful in the springtime, and I was like, fuck. If I could put together a group of people, we can go and do that shit or put you in on that shit, that'll be dope. But I don't know. I wouldn't know motherfuckers I could just go and spend time and not have to worry about this shit might jump off. I don't know. Some shit these motherfuckers might not get along.
Chubb says, last time I rented an old cabin, there was a knife in there that said your neck's on it. I used that knife to cut my wife. Oh, shit.
Okay, Chubbs is going. Chubbs is definitely coming to the fucking cabin camping shit.
We all
Bring
gotta
the
do
knife.
this.
Bring the knife and the limes.
He also said we should think about a giveaway for the first episode of Life con Almin.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
That'd be
definitely.
dope. That would
I
be
think
dope.
we come up with something slick.
Yeah. Come
We
on,
gave away tequila on the show, and that was a
Yeah.
really big episode coming out the gate for
Yeah,
us.
definitely. I think we could do
They got
that.
the ball rolling, so yeah, definitely
Yeah.
consider that. 'Cause people like competing for shit.
Trust me.
Yeah, our inauguration day is February 4th again.
Yeah.
Just to
Cheliano
everybody
in
know.
Vivo's gonna be like, hey, can we join you?
Right? Yeah. Like, can we win the prize?
You say alcohol?
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah,
Those
but
guys are-
I think we can definitely do that.
That would
Hell
be dope.
yeah.
That would be real dope, man.
Man, we got to bring the ruckus this year.
Yeah, definitely.
So much that we can do. so much
So
time.
much shit going on.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? All we need them to do is lift this shit with COVID. Just
Yeah.
get
That's
rid
it.
of fucking
Yeah.
COVID.
Just get rid of COVID.
So we can get to work.
Well, the
'Cause
vaccines
it's-
are here, man. So it's the light is at the end of the tunnel, man. Looks
Yeah.
like we're moving in the right direction now.
But you see though,
Man,
there's so many different vaccines.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
And
just
it's-
saw in the news about the Pfizer version of the vaccine
It's
that was
failing.
fucking people up,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah, but think about the amount of people who've already gotten it, the millions of people compared to the people who've actually gotten sick.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's so many different variations out there. I think what they need to do is really start cracking, because you don't see them crack. You hear about these cases where,
And I don't think
it's mistakes or like mishaps, like this Pfizer one version of the vaccine, but you don't see them cracking down and say we're taking that off.
Yeah, but
Like,
I don't. But the thing is I don't think, just like with any medicine or anything, there's nothing that you're gonna be able to make that's gonna universally fit everyone. Everybody's allergic to something.
No, I get that.
People have allergies to to penicillin, to peanuts, to dairy, to the same thing with medication. I don't think you could ever find one universal medication
Right.
that is gonna
Well, true.
fit everybody. I
True.
think there's always gonna be those outliers.
There's
There's
going to
people.
be those side effects. But when the
Side
Right,
effects
those people
fall-
that get those
falls palsy,
right,
and,
those side
that
effects.
Shit, that's rough.
That's rough.
I mean, I can see if I had a peanut allergy, it'd be different.
But
Right.
that's like anything in history, though. Every time they come out with something, they're always gonna have those people that amount, that percentage of people that are gonna have to be
Right,
the
and
ones
that's
that-
why like even with the medication, there's a disclaimer every time you see a new medicine come out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
You might shit your
20%, yeah,
pants.
20% of these people, or this is not typical, but 10% of these people shit it uncontrollably
Yeah.
for a month.
For a month, their insides.
You know what I'm saying? So-
Hey, but
literally.
that's a clutch month for me though. If I'm in meetings and shit, and I gotta control my shits because I'm trying to fucking shake this COVID shit.
But you
That's
know
a
what
tall
I'm saying?
price to
it's-
pay,
it's
man.
the same- I think it's the same thing with the vaccines.
I
Man.
had a
If-
meeting with
if
Bill
you-
Gates and I couldn't even sit in because I shit myself.
If the overall population is benefiting from it, the number is greater than
Yeah, and it's a Russian roulette.
Yeah.
At this point, obviously.
I mean,
if you-
what either you take it, right, and you take your risk there, or you don't take it and you risk COVID killing you. Mm-hmm. Which one? You just got to decide which risk you're willing to take.
I just want the vaccine with the least amount of track records of cases.
Yeah,
where it
well, and there's
failed.
more. There's more that may be
Pfizer-
coming out. The Johnson and Johnson, they're saying is a 1-dose vaccine.
And see,
That's not a double dose.
see,
Yeah, that's a 1-dose.
the reason
and they
why-
may be applying for emergency authorization soon too.
Now Johnson and Johnson, I can say because they're known for kind of jumping ahead on that one, but that Pfizer one. The reason why I brought up the Pfizer one was because they already had in over 10 cases just come back that saying
Right,
that
but
it
that's what I'm saying.
wasn't
Think
working.
about the millions of people who've already gotten it. 10 cases compared to the millions of people.
they're
Well, that-
taking
but-
the
Now you're
Pfizer.
not
But that's what I'm
talking. You're
saying.
not. You're not
That's not-
talking
I'm not
about.
talking about
You're not
millions of
talking
people
about
that are
like
taking
three.
Pfizer, but it's like
you're not talking about like
different sets.
3 out of the 10 people. Well, then that's an alarming number.
Yeah.
But if you got millions of people who've already gotten it, right, and you've got, and it's not to dismiss the severity of the side effects, but you've got a couple hundred even. The benefit way outmatches the risk. And then, like I said, that there's always going to be, I think with any medication, any vaccine, some people are allergic, and some people are always just going to be allergic. You can't make one medicine that universally fits everybody,
Okay,
that
so
nobody's going to
that's
have an
like-
allergic
that's like,
reaction to.
Let's put this to the test. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, there is a 1-dose vaccine
Right.
comes out. It's one
Which
dose.
may be Johnson and Johnson.
Which may be Johnson & Johnson. But the side effect that they say is there's a 50-50 chance if you're a male, your dick will fall off.
Then I'm not fucking with Johnson and Johnson. Give me 2 doses of fucking Pfizer. What the
I'm
fuck you
not gonna
mean?
add my Johnson as a third
Shit.
Johnson on this
You're
list.
not getting my Johnson.
It will not be
I'm
Johnson
gonna tell you
Johnson
exactly
and
what's
my
gonna happen.
chorizo.
I'm getting 2 doses of Pfizer. That's what the fuck is happening.
I took the Pfizer one and I grew a tail. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I still got my dick.
Now I got 2 dicks. I doubled my odds. I
I
halved my
just didn't want to end up with no dick.
I doubled my halves. My front is my back, and my back is my front.
So, yeah.
I don't give a shit.
So yeah,
You know, that's
but-
crazy because that is a decision that we are to make. Like right now, the wife at her job, they're providing the possibility of her getting the vaccine, and we're like, well, you know what are we ready to fucking
Johnson & Johnson.
hit, pull the trigger on that. Pull the trigger on that. That shit's a pretty elaborate decision that you're making. Because what if it is, you are one of those people that develop the palsy or, have, the diabetes or something. If there's something that's,
we also got to be mindful, especially right now with all with the climate, with the political. There's a lot of that. A lot of the videos that are coming out that, I got this. A lot of that shit is unverified. It's just people talking shit.
Yeah.
Anti-vaxxers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, like you said, there's a choice to make. It's not an easy one for people.
No, it's not. Because then the alternative is like, we had Carmen here yesterday, and like she said, like, I was just received a call.
Right, but she also did say, get it.
Mm-hmm. She said she received a call, and next thing she knew, she was in the ICU.
Right.
She got a call that she was in contact with somebody, didn't think anything of it, and a few days later, she was in her ICU, and now she's double lung transplant.
Right. Look, people said that about the
Yeah.
flu vaccine too. I've gotten the flu vaccine many times.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I think some of that is cultural too. The anti-vaccine, some of the stereotypes that come with that, is cultural too. And unfortunately, for minorities, nobody's established a real reliable source of information.
Yeah.
I think for the minority community, where people can go.
Like the database, the source.
Yes, to being like, you know what? If I'm iffy or what, I know that this place at least is gonna give me the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing, because everything that is given to us, whether through news sources, paper, internet, it always comes with a certain grain of paranoia and a little bit of disbelief, because we're used to being lied to. We're used to being told that, oh no, this is for your good, and then come to find out it wasn't.
They're sterilizing communities.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a strong significance and a strong history of that being done before, and a lot of people that know that history are like, this happened 100 years ago too, same shit, and that's how that Tuskegee shit happened, and we, especially like in the black community, like me working at MPS. We talk about that scenario every meeting. Every meeting we're sitting there talking about that. And that's one of the last things that we always talk about. Hey, if they tell us, it's time to go back in these schools, how many of y'all are going to jump up and take that vaccine? And if you are, which one are you taking? And people are really, we sit down, most of the time, our hour and a half meeting, a good hour and 10 minutes is talking about that. Just what have you heard? What have you heard lately? What have you heard about this one? What have you heard about that one? Have they ruled on this yet? What has the superintendent said? And that's just a discussion among the staff. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not like we're talking to superiors. Like the superiors are talking among us. Like, what have you heard?
Right, but that's where I think it's in their duty to also inform themselves too, especially heads of departments or MPS. Yeah. You need to inform yourself so that you can keep your staff informed.
Right.
And getting that information from a reliable source.
Exactly.
Not from your Facebook news feed, to your favorite podcast or whatever.
Not that there's anything wrong with your
something
Facebook
reliable,
feed, but some of that shit,
Unless you hear it here on the Method Lab.
All this shit is real here.
Because we say everything that's truthful. Pitbulls wear Jordans, motherfuckers. You ain't know that?
Yep. So yeah, man, it's getting it from a reliable source that matters too.
Yeah. You know, and it even on the other hand is as parents, it's like, okay, now do I have to get my kid vaccinated before he goes? Because his school is talking about going into the building again.
The one
days.
good news for as far as the schools, I guess the data is still showing that at least the younger kids are not really they're not really spreading it as much as the adults are. Yeah. So I guess that's one good thing that's going on. But we're also, I read today, we're supposed to be expecting like 500,000 deaths.
Yeah. Shit, on that note, my brother, Andres, who's out in Cali, you know, he called me on Saturday. He's like, yo, you know, just talking business, you know.
Right.
And he's like, I'm on my way to work. I was like, well, what they got you doing at work? Because I know, you know, California has a really big issue right now. He's like, yeah, well, earlier in the week, they brought these meat lockers. They brought this row of semis
Right.
they're running
out of more.
And I was like, oh shit, I heard about that on the news before you know he had left, that they were gonna go into that route.
Right.
I was like, okay, we've heard of it here at St. Luke's and whatnot. And on Saturday, he was like, yeah, bro, we got the lockers, they're full already. I was like, damn, a week in, and he's like, yep, today's task is during my lunch break, I gotta go to these lockers, pull every single body out. What they're gonna do is they're gonna build shelves so they can stack them and double the quantity of people that they can put in there. I was like,
that's what I'm saying, man.
I was like, fuck. He said I think each locker or each semi fit about 30 bodies. So they were gonna double that with shelving, so they can
multiply
fit about
that
60.
by each one.
If you got a fucking 6 trailers, you know that in itself
that's
is
a
like,
lot, man.
I hate the fact that he has to be the one doing that shit, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like fucking. I hate the fact that they have to pull them out to be able to facilitate putting double the amount.
Right.
You know, and that shit is fucking.
Well, and I think that's
crazy.
one important thing is that even though the vaccines are here, the danger is still out there.
Yeah.
We still gotta
Because
keep
even with
protecting
the
ourselves.
vaccine,
Yeah,
you're
even
not,
with the vaccine,
you can still catch it.
I mean,
especially if you don't have your full dosage.
I mean, you gotta
know what I'm saying?
you gotta look at it though. We're seeing motherfuckers like I just seen recently, and this already shocked me well within itself. I saw a picture, article actually, and they were talking about this rapper. Could be Bow Wow. I think it was Bow Wow.
Yeah,
No, Bow Wow. Yeah.
He's under scrutiny because he was performing at a club that was packed,
Right.
wall to wall, ball to jaw, and none of these motherfuckers had on masks, including him. And he had motherfuckers on stage. He had motherfuckers, you know, on the floor. You know, they're all in this packed fucking vicinity, no mask. And
I got a picture like they were playing Lean With It, Rock With It.
probably
At some point they
at some point they was. At some point that nigga started singing some shit from Hardball. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, Bow Wow had an audience. I was shocked by that. I was just shocked by that in itself. He had a fucking crowd that big, but none of them had on masks. And I'm like, well, goddamn. Like I hate to sound like this, and people are probably gonna take this the wrong way. I can see and expect a huge superstar where people wouldn't wear their mask, even though they would be told to, and it would be enforced. But all those fucking people in that picture to see Bow Wow, no mask on. I can't risk my life like that for a fucking Bow Wow. Right.
I hope he was worth it.
Is he really worth your life
10?
like that? Like, right.
What's he gonna give you the top 10?
Did Sierra at least come with him? Was
Jermaine Dupri, somebody?
Was Omarion there? Did B2K get together that day? What the fuck what were y'all thinking? Like, who does that? Like, it takes nothing for people to come out, no mask on. You know? And that's why it's hard for me to imagine all these people are taking the vaccine, because I look at I look at the overall perception of it, and there's more people asking questions than volunteering to go down. You know what I'm saying? And holding out too.
And who realistically is gonna make a call and schedule to go and pay and get this vaccine? You know?
That's another thing,
or go and get the vaccine, period. Because you figure, like, okay, if we were to make the decision, like us consciously, we'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go see my doctor. I'm gonna go
Right.
ask questions and then schedule.
Then schedule it.
Most people out there are not gonna even take the fucking time. Even if it was free at fucking Walgreens, like or if it's free at Myers.
But see, yeah,
You know?
and that's the unfortunate part.
I feel like these people are just dragging their feet.
When it's one of their family members or themselves going through something similar, you know, God forbid.
Then they'll consider it.
Then everybody will come together.
Then everybody,
let's go,
you know
guys.
what,
Everybody,
let's go get it.
But see,
yeah.
it'll be just them and people
that's what I'm
closely
saying.
associated
I think it's
with.
important to state that even though the vaccine is out, that we still got to be, we still got to
be aware.
operate like it's not out yet.
Yeah.
We still got to keep our hands clean, keep protected. You
and
know,
it's not the sense that you can't go out
no.
and be amongst people. Is you have to be cautious and conscious
Yeah, and just-
of what decisions you're making.
Just try to be around the same people, the same group of people you work with every day.
Exactly.
You know, just not doing shit like Bow Wow.
Like you can go like Larry said at Battle Box. Okay, we rented out this place. It's 10 of us. We know who you're bringing.
Yeah.
You know, and if we really want to go to the full extent, let's make it a requirement. We all get tested
Right.
beforehand,
Well,
and then
Larry said, you know, the establishment requires masks.
yeah,
Requires masks.
It requires
So
masks.
it was 10 people exercising safety.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if you get a crowd of 50, 60 people, but the 60 of you are in unison and
masks and
know what the
appropriate.
protocol is and how we're gonna
Right.
prevent it, is
'Cause
different
it's
than
looking out
going
for one another at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it's
man.
different than going to a fucking bar and you got 200 people, you know, and people are fucking sweating all over each other. They don't know, you don't know who the fuck's in there.
Prime
Yeah.
example, I saw some shit on Facebook over this last Friday. Establishment here in Milwaukee. They had the place packed. And I know people want to go out and they want to go have a good time. They
Well,
want
it's
to
people are hurting. That's why, you know, they're trying to make
They-
money, but
they-
you're
So
putting
right
people at
now,
risk at the same
these
time.
places they're getting full.
Yeah.
Right? Because they have nowhere else to go and they want to go out.
They want to go.
But it's fucking shit up because if the city sees that and the city says, look, we got to come in and we have to stop this.
Yeah.
That means it stops it for everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Now, in like 6 of the videos that I saw from this establishment, like maybe 2 or 3 people had masks on to every 20 that did not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's wild. And I actually sent the message like, yo, hey, man, you should take these videos down because it's going to get y'all in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, oh, man. I'm like, dude, I know you guys are trying to promote, the night, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But those videos you should take down.
Yeah,
because what's going to happen is the city's going to come knocking and be like, yo, what are y'all doing?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is going
You guys
on?
ain't enforcing nothing. And for one, nobody's supposed to be dancing right now.
No.
Right.
You've seen the
If you
mandate.
stand up, you
Yeah.
have to wear your mask.
If
Yeah.
you're going to the bathroom, basically.
You gotta
know
wear
what
your
I mean?
mask.
Even though I think the only exception is if you're sitting at the actual
At the
bar.
actual
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
yeah.
At the actual
Yeah, 'cause
bar,
I
or
was
if you're
at a
eating,
restaurant.
but even some places, even if you're sitting off to the side in your own table, like
supposed to-
you have to have your mask on until your
Right.
food is literally in front of you.
Yeah, and even when the waiters come, some restaurants have you put the mask on when the waiter comes.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't. That's why, like, I'm not too keen on just going to restaurants right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Because if you have to do all of that, there's no point. Just bring. I'm getting the food. I'm going home.
I'd rather eat at home.
I'd rather
anyways.
eat at home. And that's just the sacrifice you make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can still get that place your business, but I'm sorry. In order for us to get back into the fold of doing what we love to do and what we've taken for granted, we got to sacrifice it for now.
Well, shit, at the end of the day, if we want to be around,
Yeah.
And even if you want to be the most selfish person, you know, you have to at least hold the fort until we can go back outside,
Right.
and do outside events. Because then that's a whole different ballgame. You know, obviously you got nature, you got space, you
yeah,
got. It doesn't make it any better.
I think
but
it's worse for places like us up
Yeah.
here where it's cold, because
Yeah.
then that
Yeah.
really.
That
That really
really fucks
brings
it
you
up.
inside.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least down where it's south, where it's warmer,
Yeah.
you could
Yeah,
still
you could
be.
rent
You
out
could
a
go.
park and
Yeah,
have,
Yeah.
you could go dine outside, sit down, and still have some sense of normalcy.
But
Here,
it's-
you're cooped up, and it's cold as shit outside.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to eat outside.
And
in the
people get tired of seeing the
20-degree
same
weather.
old four walls and stuff at
Right.
their house, so they want to see something different.
Right.
Otherwise, we go
And then
fucking
you
crazy.
can't even get out. I mean, you can get out in the cold and go for a fucking walk, but who wants to do that in
Right.
the cold?
exactly.
Not this
Especially if
fucking
you have
weather.
children.
Like
you
hell
know?
no, you want to go have a rum and coke, and
Especially-
eat some good food, and
Especially when you
Gallito y-
and you know good and goddamn well COVID is lasting this polluted shit we got a fucking era here. We don't give a fuck about this climate. Our shit is anything can survive in our shit. Lead. We got lead in our air, as far as we concerned.
I just think that we all we just gotta be more cautious.
We're all in this shit
Yeah.
together, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're all in it together.
It goes back to that
I
brotherhood.
need to do a mandatory shutdown, bro. I really do. And people are gonna be like, "Nah,
You're
man,
frustrated.
that's
I'm
bullshit."
frustrated. We're all frustrated, bro. We're all in
Yeah.
it together, man. It's not just everybody thinks like, oh, you don't understand. You know, I've been locked. Well, we all been locked
We all
up,
been
man.
locked up.
Yeah.
But like we said in the beginning, when they first issued that shit,
I'm just
and
trying
we
to
were
be alive,
packing,
man.
we were packing our stuff up, and we had no idea when we were coming back here.
Right.
But we all had that moment where we were sitting there, we just got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Just like all these other businesses. This was something that none of us really expected. But for every business to survive, they had to figure it out.
Yeah.
This is what you went to school for. It was easier back before this because you could rest on the fact, oh, I got to get up, I got to go do the 9 to 5 until I just don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
But now you're forced to function a 9 to 5 without customers. And now you got to figure out how to get them in without getting them in.
Now it's more work to get them in.
Now you have to apply all that shit that you went to school for, all that stuff that they told you in the beginning that you exit out your mind because you got comfortable and complacent with your setting and your surroundings. Now you're forced to think as a businessman, as a business, as an entrepreneur, as an owner. What the fuck do I do? And some people figured it out and they were able to evolve and stay afloat. And there are some that were just like, well, I didn't really want to do this anyway.
Yeah.
And just let it go.
Amazon is hiring.
Right. You know,
$15 an hour.
straight up. That's what sets you apart from the consumer and the supplier. And a lot of people had to figure that out. They had to really come to that realization. Where do you stand?
Well, it's survival of the fittest, man.
Yeah.
You either adapt or you don't.
Yeah, and I
But
think
it's
that's the
happened.
price.
This happened 100 years ago. Every 100 years, this happens. When this stuff happens, that's what happens. There's so many businesses that were around before 1900 that are no longer here, and they were like stables in America. But now they're just ghosts.
Yeah, well, some things become obsolete, man. It's
It's a-
technology
yeah.
advances.
It was coming to that point. It was already coming to that point. For a lot of people that's in our field that didn't really get streaming, laughed at the shit. That shit ain't gonna last. It's fat. Now they're forced to look at it. Everybody's streaming. People who knew that and understood that ahead of time evolved in there. So when the shit changed, it was nothing to them. It was like, oh, we're still afloat.
Can't come to us, we're coming to your house.
How you mentioned it, like just like that with Carmen was here yesterday. She spoke briefly about her events with Umos and like all the cultural events. And me as the businessman, just like Larry explained, is like the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh shit. So how are we gonna make this shit digital now?
Yeah.
How when do we sit down and have that conversation? Are you still working?
Right.
I was like, no, yeah, oh, okay. Now we need to sit down and how are we gonna make this shit digital?
Exactly.
How are we gonna work together with our skill set and your skill set and what you do, and
How we
how
keep
are
this
we
boat
gonna
running.
bridge that gap and help each other out, because that is the direction.
Yeah.
The Puerto Rican festival, the Cinco de Mayo festival, the family expos, all that shit that used to be the meat and potatoes of these businesses and these organizations. Now you are the leader of the community, so you can't go like, oh well, we're doing the Cinco de Mayo, come on out, socially distanced. No, you can do a variation of that. But pull up and get some resources or get information, pull up and just keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of it is like, now we have to do these things digitally. Now, how do you do that? You got to get creative. All right, so it's a cultural event. Let's tell the story of Cinco de Mayo. Let's tell the story of these key people. You're going to have to get
You have to-
innovative.
Let's get some performances in there to
in
back some of the
2021,
content up.
Even if it isn't digital, even if you gotta do a pull up, like you said earlier, pull up, a drive up, like a drive-in concert. You know what I'm saying?
And we can do it.
We can do that.
So we're gonna have to get those.
We can do
those-
that.
we can do that
We can
all
do
day.
that
So
all
we
day.
can- but that just goes in hand. And not really to put, to tell people what we got on the agenda, but it's just to show that
Yeah.
We gotta
you
change.
have
You
to
gotta
adapt,
change.
or else
You
because
gotta
right
make a
now,
way, man.
it's different. You know, for people that work the 9 to 5, theirs was like, fuck, I got to go to a 9 to 5. I have no option. This is my source of income.
Yep.
For us, it was like, fuck, all of our sources of income are now no longer existent for the foreseeable future. So what do we do?
What do we do?
You know,
Entertainment DJ
and the most important, important decision, and I think the hardest for us here in the entertainment world has been that our first decision wasn't how are we going to make money, how are we going to survive. Our first decision was, all right, are we going to commit to this shit?
Yep. Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's hard being used to having that steady cash flow or that ability to be like, fuck, I'm short $200. What am I going to do? Oh, shit, I got a camera. Hey, you need somebody? Bet. All right, cool. Hey, look, I paid what I had to pay, and I still got a little bit extra in my pocket. Now you're in the position where I'm like, fuck.
Or you can sit down and have
I gotta pay this, but I can't go there. I can't do that. I can't do this. If I can, I have to create that in order for that to happen to be able to get access to that. You know, and it
was easy to sit in on writing sessions and sell scripts and stuff with people right across from you. But that COVID shit, shut that shit down. You ain't trying to meet nobody, no fucking coffee shop. You don't know where they been.
Check this out. Radio. We had just got started. We had a whole bunch of stuff coming in when we first started.
We had Crunchy coming in. We had all.
Oh my God! Gee, everybody was supposed to come in here and drop his album in this bitch.
COVID hits.
COVID hit.
COVID fucking hit, and guess what happened? All commercials stopped. Why? Because all businesses stopped.
Yep.
You can't promote something that's not going to be open.
No.
You know what I mean? So it was like, holy cow, we're not making no money.
Exactly.
Right? And the lights still got to stay on, so we got to pay for that.
Yep.
And then you got the DJ service side of it, where I was busy every weekend doing 2 or 3 events a weekend.
Yep.
That all halts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have to think, my business is in entertainment all the way around.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, my dollars went from making $14,000 a month to $0 a month.
Yep.
Like, what the hell happened? Like, on the average, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. All this, you know. So you have to look at it as, where are we going to?
Exactly.
What are we doing now?
How do we change it up?
Yeah.
And then that's how the T-shirt shop started and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is that as we move forward, we have to adapt to what we need to do so that we can survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're surviving the pandemic. And there's just so much stuff going on. Granted, the radio station has done well for itself, and, you know, people support it, and they help out and they listen. And, you know, you guys are here, and, you know, OG and Burnham, and, you know, the morning show, and everybody that does something for the station helps it keep going. You know what I mean? Even though we don't have a huge advertiser, you know, influx, we're still growing.
Yeah.
But like I said, at this point, the pandemic just kind of just for everybody.
Yeah.
And like you said, it just brings it full circle where you just have to adapt and
Yep.
you have to figure out what we're doing next.
But I know one thing it definitely did. It leveled the playing field with you motherfuckers too. All them monies and shit y'all was riding with, and it brought you back down to the real world. And now the playing field is a little bit fairer now.
Yes.
The only problem is we the only motherfuckers look like we got a head start.
Look at all of the other podcasts that have popped up. Look at all the other streamers, and everybody's inside.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So all this stuff is coming to light. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I got a podcast. Check this out. Yeah, I got this show now. Yeah, check this out." You know.
But it's
Major
the
radios looking at us, 'cause
longevity.
we're a small independent radio
Yep.
station. They're like, "How the hell are they doing that?"
Yeah.
We're here. We're not going nowhere.
We're not going
We're
anywhere.
personalities, man.
So buy in. Send us your sources, your resources. Advertise. Let's do this shit.
And your
Adios,
firstborns.
Chubbs like, peace out.
Peace out, Chubbs.
Peace out, Chubbs.
All right, well, that is the end of this
Yeah,
episode.
man, we're there.
We do have a guest this Thursday. We have Juan Martinez. I think I made a flyer. I'm gonna release that tomorrow.
Mr. Martinez.
But he is the writer for El Conquistador and independent he writes for the Shepherd Express. But he's also a Brown Beret member, and I really want to get into this past weekend. He got a death threat from a Trump supporter. Called him, and hopefully we can go over that story and see where it's at. But I really want to know how his commitment to the community started. You know, because that's interesting to me. So we'll have that here later on in the week, Thursday, for Conspiracy History Thursday. But for now, we are out.
Laters, everybody.
Peace
Out
out.
tomorrow, man.